Hello NCEES aspirants, welcome back to another session. In this session we will talk about the FE exam statistics part. Okay, so in your exam in total you have 110 questions and you will get 5 hours and 20 minutes to solve those questions. There is 25 minutes of scheduled break, there is no negative marking and all, and based on your discipline you may find different number of questions from your statistics portion. So in this session we will talk about the statistics and I will help you to solve questions. If you need any other help, you have any assignment, or if you want to ask any other question, you can just contact me on this WhatsApp number. You can follow me on the Telegram channel also here, and if you need any kind of help, just let me know. Okay, so for your statistics exam, okay, the formulas you can always see from the handbook that is always available to you. Okay, so during the exam also you will find this handbook available to you, and here you can find all the content. Okay, so for the statistics parts, if I say here is the statistics, engineering, probability and statistics, you will find all the formulas that you are going to need to solve the questions. But the thing is, you must remember what is the meaning of xi, what is wi, and what is that mu I, what is sigma. Okay, so for that part, I recommend you to please get familiar with your handbook, okay, because this is going to help you a lot. Okay, so in this session also I will use the formulas from this handbook and we will solve questions. Okay, so let us move to the first question. First question says find the standard deviation of this data. A data is given to us and this is find its standard deviation. So first thing is, from this discrete value data we need to find the standard deviation, and standard deviation is represented by this sigma. And what is the value of that? Its value is the square root of your variance, which is given by 1 over total number of terms. Let's say number of terms are n. Then take the summation of square of the deviations, like xi minus whatever be your mean is, let's represent it by mu whole squared. You see, if you go back to your handbook, you can find this formula for the standard deviation here, right? It's available already. So you can see 1 upon n summation xi minus mu whole square. Now the thing is how to find the mu. What is mu? That mu is the mean value, average you can say, and average is sum of observation upon total number of observation. So let us find the value of mu first. That will be 1 up. Actually there are 5 terms in total. In this collection 5 terms are there, so n is 5 here. So 5 in the denominator, and in the numerator add all the terms. You will get 13 plus 7 plus 12 plus 10 plus 18. Okay, you will divide this sum by 5 and you will end up getting 12 as your mean value. This is the mean. Now standard deviation part, sigma, that will be the square root of 1 upon 5. Then you have to take deviations. What is this? Xi minus mu. It means from each of your observation you have to subtract the mean value and take its square. So you have 13, 7, 12, 10 and 18 as your observations. Let's say xi. And the mu or the mean is 12. So subtract 12 from each of these observations and take their squares. Okay, take their squares. When you add these things, you will get this summation xi minus mu whole square part. Okay, so if you simplify this, from the first one you will get 1 squared, here you get 5 squared, here you get 0, here you get 2 squared, and here you get 6 squared. Okay, so that will be 1 plus 25 plus 0 plus 4 plus 36, and divide by 5 and take its square root. It will come out, you can use your calculator, it will come out like 3.63. So as you can see from the options, the most near is D option, which is 3.63. In your exam you will find the options will be almost near to your value. They don't want the exact value, right? Sometimes they will say, they will never give you like 3.62 and 3.61 and all. No, not this type of options you will find in your exam. You will never find these type of options in the exam. Okay, if you see, there will be a huge difference in the options. See, 2.97, 4.33, 5.22, 3.63. There is a difference. Okay, you will always find a huge difference in the values. So don't worry about the calculation part. Okay, use the calculator, that is more important. Next question. Find the population variance of the following data set. Again, you are given a data set here, and this says find the population variance. It means you have to find the variance value. Okay, and you know variance is denoted by sigma squared. Okay, sigma squared. So in the same way that you calculated the standard deviation, you have to take only its square. Okay, so sigma square is equal to 1 upon n summation of your xi minus mu whole squared. That's the value here. Again, the total number of terms n is equal to 5. Okay, these are the values xi. You need to find the value of mu or the mean. That is sum of all observation, means 13 plus 7 plus 12 plus 10 plus 18 divided by 5. Okay, now again you have to find the mu, which is the mean value, which comes out as, in this case, the mu value will come out as 14 for this part. So I will write mu is equal to 14. Now subtract 14 from each of the observation as per the formula. Okay, you can find this formula in your handbook. So you will get the value of sigma square from here, and that's what you needed. So let me calculate it for you. Sigma squared is equal to 1 over 5 of, now 13 minus 14 squared plus 17 minus 14 squared plus 12 minus 14 squared plus 10 minus 14 squared plus 18 minus 14 squared. Okay, now take the sum of all these and simplify it using your calculator. Whatever you get will be your final answer. So here I am using my calculator and I am getting sigma squared as 9.2. Okay, so again you are using the same concept here. You just need to understand what is the meaning of the variance and how to calculate it for the discrete data. Means all the values are discrete here. Different values are already given. Okay, no frequency. Okay, so here we have calculated the variance and standard deviation using the formula that is provided already in your handbook. Okay, we are calculating the variance and standard deviation for the population. There is a difference for the variance of the sample. In case, let me go back to the handbook. Here you can find for the complete population you have to use n. Okay, but if you are talking about the sample, in that case you have to write 1 upon n minus 1 everywhere. Okay, your n minus 1. If you are calculating the standard deviation, everything will be same except this n will be changed by n minus 1. Okay, for this. So always do remember this thing. Whatever you are calculating, is it for the population or is it for a sample? Okay, based on that you have to change the value of n also. Okay, let's move to the next question then. Question number 3, that says find the sample variance of the following data set. Again, everything is already given to you. You can easily simplify this question, right? So give it a try. You can pause the video if you want and you can try this question all by yourself. Use the same thing as we did for the previous questions. Again you have to find the sample variance. Okay, so sample variance. In that sample variance you have to replace your n by n minus 1 in the standard deviation and the variance part only, not for the mean. For the mean part your number of terms will be remaining same. So let me first calculate the mean. Let's represent that mean by x bar, or sometimes we represent it by mu. Okay, is equal to sum of all observation, means 13 plus 17 plus 12 plus 10 plus 18 whole divided by total number of terms, that is 55 divide. So you are getting 14. Now it says for the sample you have to find the variance. So the variance will be given by, again, sigma square, or sometimes it is represented by, for the sample, s square is equal to 1 over n minus 1 and summation of xi minus x bar squared. Okay, so this time take care of these things. So what you have, 1 upon 4, and now in the same manner 14 is your mean. Subtract that 14 from each of the data set and you will get 13 minus 14 squared plus 17 minus 14 squared plus 12 minus 14 squared plus 10 minus 14 squared plus 18 minus 14 squared. Okay, so that comes out as 1 upon 4. Here 13 minus 1 gives you 1 squared plus it will be 3 squared plus it is 2 squared plus 4 square plus 4 square. And all we have to do is just use the calculator and calculate this value. It comes out as 11.5 at the end. So as you can see, option C is the correct match for that. So always make sure what question wants from you. Okay, so here as you can see, they wants us to find the sample variance, right? Not the population variance. So here is a difference, right? Always do remember this thing. Next part is, in a class of 7 students scored 80%, 3 students scored 90% and 11 students scored 60%. Then you have to find the mean or the average of the score in the class. So here also I will use from the handbook. You can see data is given, but this time frequencies are also given. So it will be our this weighted arithmetic mean, right? It's not directly sum of all observation upon total number of observation, but here you have to multiply your data set values with the frequency values. Okay, I will teach you how to get this. This I will be using this time. Now question says, if I make a table, for example, let's make a table. Okay, let me write xi and here the frequencies. Okay, so in the class 80% marks are obtained by 7 students, so frequency will be 7 for that, and 90% marks obtained by 3 students, so the frequency for that is 3, and 11 students scored 60% marks, so 60 have the frequency 11. So this time data is like this. Okay, so all we need to do is find the mean or the average. Okay, so mean is given by sum of xi frequencies wi divided by sum of all frequencies. Okay, so just calculate these values and we will get our answer. Now multiply these two to get the xi wi. 80 times 7, multiply these two and we get 560. In the same way, 90 into 3 gives 270 and 60 times 11 gives 660. Okay, now we have the sum of all the frequencies, that comes out as 21. Okay, so we have everything now. So when we use the calculator to calculate the mean, just calculate the sum of these quantities. That will be your numerator part, which is 560 plus 270 plus 660, and the denominator part, sum of all the frequencies, 21. So use the calculator, you will get your answer as 70.9. So if you check the options, the most near part is, yes, option B is the correct one, right? That's why I said in the beginning also, don't worry about the exact value, right? This time your exact value is 70.9, but from the option you have to select 71, right? Okay, now let's move to the next question. I hope you are getting this thing, how to calculate the mean for the discrete function or the frequency distribution table. Again, we have a frequency distribution table, and this is the approximate mean and the mode of this distribution are most nearly equal to what? Mean is the average value. Okay, again we have a frequency distribution table, and mod is that score which is repeated most of the time. Okay, maximum times repeated. So you can directly see it from the table. Which of the score is having the maximum frequency? See this part, frequency 5 for the 85. So 5 students scored 85 marks, and that is the repeating most of the time. So this is going to be your mod value. So if you look at the options, you can see, yes, C option is the only one having the 85 as the mod value, right? So you can directly mark option C as the correct. That is also a correct way to solve this question. But okay, let us calculate mean also. Okay, just for the practice, we got our answer, that's it. But sometimes you can reject other options also to get the answer. But okay, let us calculate the mean also. What will be the mean? Mean will be sum of these frequencies and the scores product divided by sum of all frequencies. Okay, so multiply these, we will get 45 times 2 plus 63 times 3 plus 68 times 2 plus 70 times 4 plus 71 times 2 plus 85 times 5 plus 87 times 3 plus 90 times 1, and divided by sum of all the frequencies, that is 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1, or you can use here the calculator to get your required mean value. X bar will be equal to 73.3 using the calculator. Okay, and you can see, yes, option C is the correct match for that accordingly. Okay, so here we used the mod definition to calculate the mod, and the mean is calculated using the summation fi xi upon summation fi, because this time we have the frequency distribution table, not the discrete data. Okay, next one. In this question we have to find the standard deviation of the given data set. The data set is not having any frequency distribution table. Okay, it's a discrete data. So we already know how to find the standard deviation for the discrete data set. That will be square root of 1 upon total number of terms, summation of xi minus mu whole squared. In order to succeed in your FE exam, you have to practice more and more questions. Okay, so we get square root of 1 upon 5. Now take the sum of the squares of these values. So for that you need first mu. For that you need sum of all observations, which is 4 plus 2 plus 7 plus 9 plus 6 divided by 5. That comes out as 5.6. You can use your calculator. So mu is 5.6. Now subtract 5.6 from all the observations, right? And take their squares, add them up, and that will be your answer. Okay, so I will get 4 minus 5.6. So that gives me 1.6 squared. Then after that I have this 2 minus 5.6. From here I will get 3.6 squared. From the next term I will get 5.6. 7 minus 5.6, that gives me 1.4 squared, plus 9 minus 5.6 squared, that gives me 3.4 square, plus 6 minus 5.6, that gives me 0.4 squared, like this. So when I simplify this using the calculator, I will get my answer comes out as 2.4, and you can see from the options, option B is the correct match for that. Okay, so that's how we calculate the standard deviation and the variance, mean, mod, medians and all. Okay, so here also average score on the 3 past exams is 87, means mean is already given this time. Okay, mean is given to us. Now this is what do you need to obtain on the next term or in the fourth exam so that you can have an average score of 90. The highest score possible in the exam is 100 this time. Okay, so in this question, what is given to us? For the three terms, mean is given. Okay, and this is what do you need in the fourth exam to have an average of 90, exactly 90 score we need. Okay, so let us see, let's consider, we got X marks, okay, out of 100, X marks in the next exam or end exam I can say. Okay, now what will be my new average according to that? That should be X plus marks, sum of the marks in previous three, sum of marks in previous three exams divided by everything divided by 4, right? And according to question, this says this quantity must be equal to 90. Okay, so this is given to us. Now we have this also. This is the mean of first three exams is 87. It means sum of first three exams, score of three exams divided by 3 is equal to 87. So what is the sum of scores of first three exams? That will be, yes, 87 times 3. So sum of scores in first three exams is equal to 87 times 3. So use that value and plug in back to the above expression here. Okay, so I will get X plus 87 times 3 divided by 4 is equal to 90. Now all I have to do is just simplify this expression. Okay, so that gives me X is equal to 90 times 4 minus 87 times 3. Okay, when I simplify this, I will get X is equal to 99. So as you can see, option C is the correct match for that. Okay, so in this type of question, they gave you the average of first three and they ask you how much score you should get in the fourth exam so that you can get the average of 90 in the all four exams. Okay, next question. For the given data, what is the standard deviation for this sample? Again, check out sample, they clearly mentions this thing. Okay, sample standard deviation. It means first we will calculate the mean in our normal way. So mean will be X bar. Okay, that will be X bar is equal to sum of all observation upon total number of observation, means 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4 divided by total number of observation is 5. Okay, so when I simplify this, you can use the calculator again. So you will get 4.4 as this value. Now next is calculate the sample standard deviation. So for sample standard deviation, S is equal to square root of 1 over total number of terms minus 1. Total number of terms are 5. So 5 minus 1, 4 I will write here, 4. And here you will have summation of xi minus x bar squared. So subtract 4.4 from each of these observations, take their squares and add them up. So S will be equal to square root of 1 upon 4 times, I will have 5 minus 4.4 whole square plus 6 minus 4.4 whole square plus 2 minus 4.4 whole square plus 5 minus 4.4 whole square plus 4 minus 4.4 whole square. Okay, just use the calculator and you will end up getting the value comes out as 1.52. So that's why option B is the correct match for that. Now the next question says the equation of linear regression line in the graph is most likely near to what? So few equations are given to us, okay, and we have to find which is the most likely equation for this linear regression line. Okay, so in order to do so, you must know equation of a line is in the form y is equal to mx plus c, where m is called slope and c is your y-intercept. Okay, see, option C is representing a quadratic, power is 2 here, okay, it's not a line, because quadratic things represents the parabola. This time it is upward facing parabola because the coefficient of x square is positive. So this can never be our answer. So you can just reject this option C, okay, because this is never going to be a line. It's a parabolic shape. Now y equal to mx plus c is the equation of line where m is called slope and m is given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If you have 2 points, okay, let's say in this case, what's the location of this point? Its x coordinate is 2 and the y coordinate is 6. So it represents 2, 6. And for this point, its x value is 8 and its y value is 15. Okay, 8, 15. So this part represents x1 and y1 values. Second represents x2 and y2 values. Okay, so plug in those values in the slope and we will compare it with the given options. So m will be 15 minus 6 divided by 8 minus 2. That gives me m is equal to 9 upon 7. Okay, that gives me m value is equal to 9 upon 7. So if I calculate this value, right, so it comes out as 1.2857 something. Okay, so slope is approximately this 1.285. So check from the options which of the following options is giving you more approximate value to that. Okay, so first one, y is equal to mx plus c. Here the slope is 1.5. In the second one, slope is 5. Coefficient of x I am taking. Here 2.5. So as you can see, which one is more near? This one, option A here. 1.5 is more near to this 1.28. Okay, so this one is going to be our answer. Option A is most near. Okay, that's why we have to select option A as the correct answer. Next question. Next question is the frequency distribution of heights to find the mean height of 100 students is given below. And the question says find the standard deviation in inches for the height. Okay, so it means you have to find the value of standard deviation from this frequency distribution table. Okay, these are the frequency, right? These are class marks, means the values of xi, and already the product is given to us. Okay, here. So first step is to find the mean value because that we need. And if we go to our handbook here, what's the value of the standard deviation for the frequency distribution table, as you can see, can be calculated from here. Okay, I will use this one, which says square root of 1 upon n. Okay, so what is that 1 upon n? That is 1 upon 100, because that n this time will be sum of all the frequencies. Okay, and in order to get that, I will use this. Okay, so let me write the formulas for you on this. We have first part, let's find the mu or the mean value. That will be sum of all these wx divided by sum of all the frequencies w. That gives you mean value is equal to 6745, because it's already given to us here, the sum, divided by sum of all frequencies, that is 100. So that gives me mean value comes out as 67.45. Now the standard deviation. Standard deviation will be square root of, okay, the square root of 1 over summation of those frequencies, and in the numerator you will have summation of wi x I minus mean, which is mu whole square this time. Okay, this time you are not having discrete frequency, this time you have frequency distribution table. So this time not only the xi minus mu whole square, you have to multiply them by your frequencies also. Okay, so let's simplify this quantity. So in order to get, so let me create so its value will be sigma is equal to everything divided by 100, because that is the sum of all the frequencies, and in the numerator you have already xi values, so subtract mean from all these frequencies 67.45, take its square, 60 minus 67.45, take its square, minus 67.45, take its square, and do this for all the terms. Okay, now multiply these values with their corresponding frequencies, means this one with the 5, this one with the 18, this one with the 42, this one with 27, and last one with the 8. Okay, multiply them and add up the results. So we will have 5 times this 61 minus 67.45 whole square plus 18 times 64 minus 67.45 whole square plus 42 times 67 minus 67.45 whole square plus 27 times 70 minus 67.45 square, and last 8 times 73 minus 67.45 squared. Okay, so use the calculator to get this value. We will get the value 2.92 in the inches. Okay, so which of the following option is most near to that? Yes, you are right, option B is the correct match for that. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this about the statistics. So you will find these type of questions in statistics where you have to find mean, median, variance and standard deviation, sometimes for the discrete data, sometimes for the frequency distribution table. So every time you have to use different formulas. So make sure that you know about your handbook, because accordingly you have to apply the formula. So let me give you one idea one more time. If you have discrete frequency, in that case the mean will be given by sum of all observation upon total number of observation, right? But if you have probability distribution table, in that case your mean will be given by this summation wixi upon summation of all the frequencies wi. Okay, so this is about the mean. And for the variance and the standard deviation, variance will be sigma square, and again it depends on whether the discrete data is given to you or the frequency distribution table. If it's discrete data, then use 1 upon n, subtract mu from each of the observation, take their squares and add up all the quantities. You will get your variance value. Take the square root of the variance, that is your standard deviation. Okay, and now the difference is, check you are calculating the standard deviation or the variance for the population or for the sample. Accordingly you have to use n-1 or n. Okay, so that's all about the first part of statistics, where we calculated mean, median, variance and more things. Okay, so in the next session we will discuss about the different things like permutation combination, laws of probabilities, right, and all these things. So that's it for this session. I hope you learned something from this session, and if you need any help you can just contact me. Thank you for watching this session. See you in the next part. Keep watching, keep learning, and if you need any one-on-one session or group session or homework assignment, assessment help or assignment or project, anything, just contact us on this number and we will help you. Okay.